Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight with new information on a problem plaguing Connecticut highways for years and years. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Bridget Bureau.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We're talking about wrong-way drivers. Earlier this year, the state started adding new technology to exit ramps. They're meant to alert drivers that they're going the wrong way. In the last 24 hours, they proved instrumental to saving lives. Fox 61's Kaylee Collins is live on the Sky Deck with an update on the projects plus data coming in from the state. Kaylee.
Yeah, Sarah, Bridget, there's been yet another wrong-way crash here on our Connecticut highways in the last 24 hours. And though wrong-way detection systems have proven helpful all over the state, these crashes are still occurring at alarming rates, and often they're due to people getting behind the wheel after drinking or using drugs.
They didn't see the driver that almost crashed into them. They didn't see the flashing red lights, and it's just really remarkable that it wasn't more serious.
A Waterbury man is behind bars after police say he crashed head-on into another car and sideswiped a third while going the wrong way on an I-84 off-ramp. That man, identified as 29-year-old Wilmer Vizcano, was determined to be intoxicated by police. The driver of the vehicle hit head-on was the only one hurt and reported only minor injuries.
Virtually every single wrong-way driver is impaired by alcohol.
According to the Connecticut Department of Transportation, so far this year there have been 5 wrong-way crashes that have led to 12 deaths, an increase from this time last year.
Statistics are heading in the wrong direction. They are increasing, and we are seeing wrong-way drivers on a weekly basis, if not almost a nightly basis.
The DOT has installed 80 wrong-way detection systems statewide in areas considered high risk due to their close proximity to places where alcohol is commonly served. The technology immediately alerts state police upon activation.
About a minute is what it took for troopers to get out onto that scene last night.
But those who've lost friends or family in a wrong-way crash know it can only take a minute for a tragedy to occur. State Senator Matt Lesser has been advocating for increased transportation funding to enhance road safety following the death of his friend and colleague, State Representative Quentin Q. Williams, last year.
Look, the human toll is really staggering, and unfortunately, our roadways are not yet safe. We have to do a better job of making sure that people just trying to go to home or go to work are able to be safe.
Connecticut, please be our partners in safety. Follow the rules of the road because a crash can happen in a matter of seconds, and it often can be deadly.
And the State Department of Transportation intends to have upwards of 120 wrong-way detection systems set up all over the state by this time next year. Reporting live from the Fox 61 Sky Deck tonight, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, thank you, Kaylee. Yeah, so good that thing triggered the alert system. My goodness. Well, now to our weather impact alert forecast. We have a frost advisory in effect.
Let's get a check in with meteorologist Rachel Frank. Rachel, when's the freeze kicking in?
It looks like it'll be overnight tonight. After midnight through 9 a.m. is when temperatures will be the coldest. And the reason that we wanted to issue a weather impact alert for this is just a heads up to people that still want to enjoy some of their plants. Maybe you've got mums that are still growing. If you want to protect your plants, you can either cover them with a light blanket or you can bring those plants inside. So sometimes there's a weather impact alert when there's concerning weather, but sometimes it's just to give you a heads up and let you know when you need to take action. We don't want you to lose your plants early. 33, the overnight low temperature in Waterbury. It is not going to be as cold tonight as it was last night into this morning. And even though these temperatures are above freezing here for at least most of the state, even though temperatures at eye level, which is where we normally get our thermometer temperatures from, are above freezing because cold air is heavier and it's more dense. Sometimes very close to the surface of the ground, the temperatures can be colder. So that's the concern and the reason the frost advisory is in effect for everyone but the shoreline. Temperatures are already in the 30s for Windham, for Norwich, 44 in Waterbury. After another chilly, frosty start to the day tomorrow, we are once again looking at blue skies and sunshine through the afternoon. High temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 60s. So we're already seeing a rebound. This warming trend continues through the weekend into next week. It is impressive. Wait till you see the numbers coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Now, new at 10, a special celebration of life in Middletown. Tonight, the organization Donate Life Connecticut held its garden party to recognize those who've given the gift of life. It was at the Wadsworth Mansion.
And Fox 61's Alexa Farrell was the proud MC for the event, honoring her sister Erica, who just received a liver donation. She has more now from this inspirational event.
Donate Life Connecticut is an organization that raises awareness about organ donation here in the state. They also celebrate recipients and donors and those impacted by organ donation. They did a photo series called Gentle Strength earlier this year, and they're displaying it here at the Wadsworth Mansion. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but the Gentle Strength photo series is worth far more, as you can't put into words saving someone's life.
People have gone through a lot when it comes to transplant. It comes with a lot of hardship. It comes with a lot of grief. It comes with a lot of change. It comes with just a lot of overwhelming changes in your life. But people really, it's the human spirit. It truly prevails.
The executive director of Donate Life Connecticut, Lindsay Vigue, was behind the camera, snapping the photos and sharing in the memories of joy and grief with each individual.
I think that's the most beautiful part about being in this role that I'm in, is that I'm extremely inspired by people and their stories.
The photos can now be spotted around the state, from the DMV encouraging organ donation to Hartford Healthcare, where recipients and donors may receive care.
It is so beautiful and it's so inspiring, and it was so special to be.
Vigue is a living donor herself, giving a piece of her to save someone else's life.
I became a living kidney donor in 2019. It's one of the best things I've ever done.
Now a celebration of those photos, honoring those that gave the ultimate gift, living and past.
Our main mission is all about education and awareness about organ and tissue donation and the importance of that.
Music, food, and laughter filled the Wadsworth Mansion.
This is our annual celebration. It's our third annual autumn garden party. And tonight we're really honoring those who are part of a beautiful photo project that we did this year.
The lightness of the evening never outweighed the seriousness of organ donation and Donate Life Connecticut's message.
Please register to be an organ donor on your driver's license. Get that beautiful little heart on your driver's license.
She says donation can impact a person's life for generations to come.
Living donation is an absolute beautiful option for people, and oftentimes those organs can even be stronger than a deceased organ.
There are hundreds of people here in Connecticut that are in need of an organ. By either talking about the cause and raising awareness, or seeing if you are a match is a way you can help to save a life. In Middletown, Alexa Farrell, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Alexa. And yeah, here's some important information to share with you about organ donors in Connecticut. Last year, the organs of 130 people across the state were donated, setting a new record. And living donors made almost 7,000 transplants possible. But across Connecticut, the need remains great. More than 1,000 people are still waiting for an organ transplant tonight. 82% on the waiting list need a kidney. 13% need a liver. Find out more on the links page at fox61.com.
To West Haven now, where the city has new plans for a prime piece of real estate on the water that sat vacant for years.
Yeah, there's been some interest in a purchase, but nothing has really come to fruition until maybe now. The mayor tells Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc the latest proposal could be the one.
People who frequent this area have been staring at this old, rundown building since 2017, waiting for someone to do something with it. Now the mayor says they found a developer who wants to transform the place and call it the Kelsey. For decades, the West Haven Boardwalk has served as a bit of a safe haven for these bocce ball players, the group coming here at least 5 days a week when weather allows.
I believe since 1985 is when it started.
With a backdrop that can't be beat, but
it's nothing like it was.
Sharon Mazzanati says that's due in part to this eyesore, the long vacant Savin Rock Conference Center. The city-owned building, once a lively place, is now filled with empty chairs, mold, and water damage. Conditions city leaders say could change soon.
We need it. We need it. You know, it would be a welcome change for the better.
Mayor Dorinda Borer says they're now working with a developer, RTR Hospitality Group.
It's going to be a restaurant, an event venue combination, and then a rooftop dining, which I think is something that will be really attractive for the area.
This all comes after recent plans to bring a brewery here fizzled out. The Land Trust of West Haven and the building's neighbor, Jimmy's of Savin Rock, took their concerns to court, putting an end to that plan. But now Borer is confident this idea will come through.
They're using the existing footprint. They're not going to need variances to encroach on the boardwalk. They're not going to be going up to a height that's considered an obstacle or an eyesore.
To make sure of it, Borer put together a panel full of city leaders to tie up all the loose ends.
Could there be a pitfall going forward? There can always be a pitfall, but we tried as best as we can to plug all the loopholes.
Now, this is all just a proposal at this point, but if it eventually gets passed by the council, the mayor says they hope to have the place up and running by May of 2026. Now, we did visit Jimmy's next door to try to speak with the owners, but they weren't there and couldn't be reached for comment. We are in West Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, it's been a deadly 24 hours on Connecticut roads.
A 24-year-old bicyclist died after he was hit by a garbage truck in New Haven early this morning. Now, it happened at the intersection of Church Street and North Frontage Road at around 2 this morning. Police say 24-year-old Nicholas Balazar Conspiason rode his bike off the sidewalk and onto the road, and that's when he was hit. Right now, the driver of the garbage truck is not facing any criminal charges. And turning now to Hamden, where someone is dead after being hit while crossing the street. It happened just about 24 hours ago near Dixwell Avenue and Mather Street. That driver is cooperating with law enforcement despite efforts by another driver and paramedics to save the man's life. We're told he died at a local hospital. Hamden police are now asking anyone who witnessed the crash to give them a call.